state in the country use a percentage of their state mental health block grant to establish clinics for treating young people with recovering from a first episode of psychosis using a very specific treatment model that you'll hear about, and that's sometimes called the RAISE model. And that RAISE is an acronym. It stands for Recovery After an Initial Schizophrenia Episode. The main thing I want to emphasize here is that without clinics like this, outcomes for people after a first episode of psychosis often aren't good.
As soon as he got out of the hospital, we got him on medication. He started working with me. He was working with our support and employment specialist, or education specialist, as well as our peer specialist. After 2 months, he started going to the store. He started working with our education specialist, who took him to his local family success center. And next thing you know, he's working with his brother. He started working, he worked a couple of different jobs. He was working close to 50 hours a week. And I said to him, you were able to reach your goals. I won't forget the one day when he said, James, I think these were hallucinations. And I looked at him and said, that's what I've been trying to get you to realize for the last 3 months. But it was almost like a light bulb went off, and he was able to manage the symptoms, and he was able to work through it.
And now, for something completely different. So, I am very proud to introduce our keynote speaker for today. AJ Mendez Brooks is probably going to be unfamiliar to those of us who are on the wrong side of 40. But she is very well known to young people and to WWE fans who follow professional wrestling. AJ recently retired from a very successful career as a professional wrestler with the WWE under the ring name AJ Lee, where she has won 3 championships and numerous awards, as well as inspired a generation of young women to wear sensible shoes. The reason that AJ should become familiar to every single NAMI member in this country is for her exemplary mental health advocacy. As a public figure, AJ has used her fame to let people know that mental illness can touch anyone and that recovery is possible. She's written a book, Crazy is My Superpower, that outlines her personal story as a young Latina from New Jersey, she's a Jersey girl, who struggled with mental illness and her journey towards self-acceptance. Please give a very warm welcome to AJ Mendez.
Weakness can turn into strength with just a simple shift of perspective. You get to choose. One day I made the choice to stop throwing myself a pity party. I chose to stand up and fight. I would embrace what society taught me to shun. What was once my shameful secret had become my secret weapon. When I harnessed its seemingly uncontrollable might, I realized bipolar disorder's powers could be used for good. My diagnosis didn't have to be an affliction. It could simply be the gift of extraordinary emotions.
I'm going to try to illustrate the way in which recovery really extends to absolutely everybody. There is nobody who has too severe a condition or has problems that are too severe that they can't recover. One of the things we've really learned over the years is that the less treatment looks like treatment, and the more treatment looks like life, the better it is for everybody.
The first step in recovery-oriented cognitive therapy is how do we access the kind of the person and the personality that's underneath the distress or the lack of energy or not feeling so motivated. And so when we are working with providers or family members or individuals to think about how do we access it, one of the questions I really like to think about is, what is someone like at their best? What are we as people like at our best? So.
much for having me at your annual conference. I hope I didn't ruin this for you guys. I hope you keep doing it and you're not scared to have some of the potty mouth on stage. I appreciate being here. You guys have been wonderful. Thank you for the work you do.